Good day, humans. Good day, lovely Christians, Jewish, Muslims, Hindus, New Agers, Zarathrusters. Did I miss anybody? Elmoirans, Arcadians, Syrians. To me, all belongs to the one big happy religious scam. All of these that I've just linked it up. So, title: How Church Stole God from You. Or better, let's do a little intro. Do you feel cheated when you go to church? Every Sunday, but every next Sunday you go, you're sicker, you're more upset, you had more sins in your plate. So how come all of this engagement, you with a so-called God, why this God doesn't help you eventually? I mean, after so many visits, something should happen, right? Do you feel deceived when especially New Agers are following the galactic feds are coming, disclosure imminent, aliens are bringing healing chambers, they're bringing RV, they are here to save us, and they have a special plan how we're going to be evacuated when the time comes of, tremendous hurricanes and earthquakes, and so you have to just line up and pick our color where we have to stand, and we'll be picked up with the same color spaceship or whatever, crapship. How come? These talks are for a couple of decades, since 90s. I've read some of the reports or whatever, the sites where they're claiming they're going to pick you up. If to just do this, you don't have to do absolutely any changes on your previous life. They will save you. So, same attitude, religions have it, but it's just extended time. Every lifetime, you come into the worse and worse mind programming minefield. Look at the minefield, and mind is absolutely blown up by the mind. I mean, we are totally so cleverly disguising through our language what we want to tell us. It's just up to us to start listening eventually what we want to tell us 300, 400, 500 years ago, when the language has started to be shaped, put in shape. How come there is no results after so many pleading to God? The prayers are going in streams, like energies are so vast that billions and billions of people are praying. The different ones. Muslims are praying, they see a little carpet, they just go and pray. Hindus, they see a cow, they go and suck their little, milk thing. That, what for? I put this, absolutely ridiculous picture. They're now debating what they're going to put as the god of the new so-called civilization. Is it going to be like a chalice of gold with engravings, or it'll be like a golden donkey with a big ears? Ears will be in gold, but his silly teeth will be in silver. So we'll present all these silly humans that they have to just bow and give it a carrot. But carrot has to be 100% gold, like 99.9 gold, because this is a very special donkey. So things are going on and on and on, and I don't know what does it mean to you when you start seeing these churches. You have them everywhere. I mean, every turn you have a church. in the main road here in Hermanus, when I and Denise are living, you have like Muslim mosque, brand new one, on the main road. You have evacuated Jewish whatever temple, synagogue. It's empty, like it's now they want to turn it into a museum or some kind of exhibition. Then you have Catholic church, they have across the street Protestant church. In between these two churches there is a magistrate, which is another church. And on the other side it's a police station. I mean, you're fucked. You go through this road, I mean, the entities are just swarming, waiting for you. Oh, you don't want to come here. Oh, we will sue you. Oh, you have to come and become a Muslim. Or you have to become Christian again. You cannot go to the Jewish temple. Anyway, it's closed, look. And so on. These are the talks that I hear of these creatures, entities. They're just hovering around. And they're real. They are so real, they almost, once when you start seeing them, you will be running or staying in the woods, hugging the tree, and you don't want to ever come into these environments. We're passing through the big graveyard on a daily walks, and Denise daily just, okay, look at this, and you can see that the things are actually flying, trying to kind of penetrate into the energies where we are. Yet, it's by our prerogative, we are always protecting ourselves, and we are shrinking our energies around our physical body. So, let's say we become invisible. So this kind of creatures, entity, just goes, hovers, and then stuck to, you can see like a drunk guy passing by. And he becomes a couple of them in the same body, which is already addicted, which is already so infested. Today I'm walking next to the sea, dead man laying on the bench, dead man. She was completely, dried out, maybe like a dead, like last night died, but it's still on the bench. Energies are totally gone. Not a single trace of life left in this man. But in the most prestigious tourist place, you have a dead man on the bench. So, is this, let's say, godly behavior? Why the title? The church or churches stole God from you. Because instead of prime creator, real, intrinsic being who created us, they are putting donkeys, golden cows, yellow frogs, and all the other paraphernalia. There is like they can put a flag and they say, this is what you have to pray now. They can put a dildo. It's a nice, form. This is what they're doing. An obelisk is in every fucking town, in every fucking government official, like say, city. They're putting the obelisks that you don't understand what it is. I think you know more and more because we actually crushed these really antennas. They were hoarding all the energies, and when you look in Vatican especially, this I had like my very last visit there, I peed all around the central area on the obelisk. It was some kind of, let's say, a little like a fence. So I went over and did my thing very, calmly, without any upsets of anybody. It was not too busy. So people were a little bit, like some Chinese were like a little bit off the hook. What is this? This is a new, like he's praying to the obelisk. So anyway, this sideways story, has nothing to do with fake God, because Pope presents himself as a Holy Father. Not he is holy, not he will ever be a father to anybody, because he did not create anybody. Maybe he gets some, offspring somewhere, but these things are hidden because you're not supposed to have any. I'm talking this Pope Francesco the fake. So why there's no results if you're going and praying and praying and praying? Because all these energies that you put into a praying, they go through the obelisks up into, let's say, spaceships of the aliens, of all different kinds. They all have their little, collection spots. If they manage to get away from all these creatures and spirits, it's like dark entities who are hovering, like emotional entities from the dead people, from the previous generations, from generations like 300-400 years ago. They're still hovering around. And what they're doing, you're going to your Sunday game, they're just sitting on the top and waiting for emotions to go rampant, which we are going to pick, where we're going to, and they fly into you, you don't even blink. And then aliens have a, kind of agreement. They fish them out. Come. Let's catch. This one is good. So they catch somebody who already obsessed the body of one of the, let's say, humans. As soon as this happened, the spirit of the human jumps out because it cannot stand these incredible stupidities that these creatures can actually make a human do, or physical vessel. Human to me is a combination of the spirit and the physical vessel. But now in, let's say, very present 2018, most of the creatures walking around in the physical bodies are not humans because their spirits are gone. They jumped out through all the kind of traumas. And just remember how many traumas that you had. I'm talking emotional, mental, and physical traumas. Programming traumas that you have through the whatever news, through TV, through schooling, through being, let's say, employed, to being competitive, to being greedy, to being possessive, to being controlling. These are all the traumatic events that some kind of entities within you driving this vehicle or vessel. So, how to retrieve your spirit back? That's a big question. My suggestion, creationlightship.com. This is where Ron operates from. And he's truly our link with Creation Lightship that is here to help us. But it will not do the work for us. Nor Ron, not the Creation Lightship, which is absolutely filled with light beings. They're here at our service. But we have to request. We have to request healings. We have to request clearings from all these entities that are swarming around on this planet. So me being in Rome for 10-11 days, I visited 23 different churches. Sat there for hours and hours. The most difficult one for me was the Colosseum. There were the gladiators are whatever sacrificed and killed. Animals were sacrificed and killed. Animals were pushed on to the people and so on. So when you realize that this kind of behavior never stopped, and why we still doing it? Why we still praying to these fake gods? Why are we praying it to Scientology church, I have no idea. First they call it church, meaning that they're doing this for the reason of, inviting as many people possible. So they have some kind of spiritual intent, but it's a fakery. Because when you read some of these Ed Hubbards, absolutely FBI, CIA dude, that it was placed on purpose to create like a test. What we're going to do, how we can control the big chunk of humanity who is very eager to sell their soul. And we'll offer them in return, doesn't matter, Hollywood contracts, basketball contracts, and doesn't matter, fame contracts, musical contracts, and so on and on and on. These are all the creatures that think that God is not needed for their life. They just want to have in this life as much as they can. They want to consume everything and anything, to the extent of total annihilation of their physical body. They already sold their soul. I mean, this is out of the question to even consider that they will have any kind of remembrance how to, find small pieces of their soul to come back. But the best way to test anybody, just offer them to go to Creation Lightship, and you'll see what they're going to do. Send them a link. They go blah, 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 blah. You say, here, creationlightship.com. None, I tell you, none of the people that I contacted directly, like one-to-one, about maybe 4,000 directly. 4,000, doesn't matter. Emails, Skypes, direct communications, none. Not a single one. Doesn't matter. Family members, ex-employees, let's say, fake gurus, none. They don't want to come close to it. And now you're asking how church stole God or Prime Creator from you. He did not steal it. You gave it away. You gave it away through your absolute ignorance by giving your free will to the creatures who will pull your leg for next million years if Prime Creator would allow it. Yet he says, kaput, that's it. There's a deadline. Deadline is 4 years and 17 days. So, why do you don't have any results to get better? Of all of this, let's say, so-called religious upbringing, why it's always worse, why you become worse person that you've been yesterday, you become more greedy than you've been yesterday. Why? But there are some results. You receive, annual cancer, you receive your ulcers, you receive all your stresses and so on, and you give away hardly earned money, not even realizing that money is not of true importance, but you gave away pieces of your soul through your spiritual energy that you are actually feeding through your prayers. So this is like a hamster going into a circle, and it's always standing on the same spot. And this is what you are every lifetime. They just change you. Like, there is a cow, pray to the cow. There's a donkey, pray to the donkey. Oh, we'll give you this time, there's a crystal, you'll be praying to the crystal, and there will be definitely good results. Will eat you more and more, and this goes around. And hamster, just like, I don't know how his stomach doesn't go like upside down after all this time. Sometimes happen that their claws get stuck, and you see this, like they go whoosh, and it goes and flies out of this wheel, and he goes like, his head goes like, oh, what am I going to do now? I need my wheel. I cannot make a decision for myself. And then wheel goes slower and slower, and it stops. Suddenly, he realized, the hamster realized, man, I have a cage. Look at this. Oh, there's an opening. There's a door. Let's go through this door.